I feel very fortunate to have grown up in Champaign, Urbana. My formative years were spent, in the Midwest, in Champaign, writing at the age of 10. When I think about how fortunate I was to have grown up in Champaign, is just how supportive the community was. And when I say supportive, I mean encouraging, welcoming, and helpful.
My name is Lauren Smith. I met Anna when she was in 6th grade, when her family moved down the street from us, and she attended Bottenfield Elementary with me. When we were in 7th grade, we were at Edison Middle School. All of us were in band. The fashion at the time was very long hair for girls, and most people wore it in ponytails. And I'll never forget, for a band concert, Anna came in, her long hair was gone. She had a bob, very short bob. And it was just, I remember everybody saying, who is that? What did she do to her hair? And she has continually been like that, I believe. She is always willing to do what she believes in. Doesn't matter what other people think.
They were good students. On top of their successes on the tennis court and on the basketball court, they're going to be, whatever they do with the rest of their lives, it'll be successful, without a question.
My father was an immigrant. So, we were both first generations. And there's a certain, I think, sense of having to work really hard, that this really is a land of opportunity, and that if you work really hard, you can make things happen for yourself. So most of the ambition was first, taking care of myself, putting myself in a position to learn, continue learning. People say, oh, did you always know you want to achieve this? Or did you always know you wanted to be a CEO? And the answer is no. No. I didn't look that far ahead. What I did know, and I think it's perhaps something I learned from sports, or again, the environment that we grew up in, is I always set the bar high for myself. As a person, as a human being, in terms of what I wanted to accomplish for myself, I would say to someone, set the bar so high that sometimes you miss it. Because if you always get it, if you're always able to grab it, then chances are you didn't set it high enough, right? We have to be okay with disappointments, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. When I think about the choices I've made, I became an engineer, right? And back then at Purdue, it was less than 20% women, right? But I kept improving my odds. Like at business school, I think we were 35% women, right? I will tell you, one of the reasons why the fashion industry was ultimately the place I landed, there were a lot of women and really talented women. My first job in fashion with Donna Karan. I mean, she was awesome. And she celebrated women. If we, subconsciously at least, if we look at the path that I took, I ultimately chose to be in a profession where there were a lot of women and there was a lot of diversity. Receiving this award from the community that I grew up in, it really is, I don't want to say I'm getting emotional. It feels good. It's quite touching. And I'm very grateful. And I can't wait to come back and see my round barn and some things that are still quite memorable to me. I mean, to be remembered, it's a really good feeling after all these years, right? Because I remember the community.